This is the story of NASCAR driver Denny Hamlin, breaking his silence after a devastating house fire claimed his father's life just days after Christmas. December 28, 2025. A fire tore through the North Carolina home where Denny's parents were celebrating what appears to have been their 52nd wedding anniversary. The call came in at 6:19 p.m., a home burning on Black Snake Road in Stanley, North Carolina, roughly 20 miles northwest of Charlotte. Firefighters arrived 8 minutes later to find the two-story house mostly engulfed, flames punching through the entire attic and consuming everything inside. Dennis Hamlin, age 75, and his wife Mary Lou, 69, had already escaped the flames but suffered catastrophic injuries in the process. Dennis died at the hospital from those injuries, while Mary Lou was rushed to a burn center where she remained in critical condition. And here's what makes the timing so gut-wrenching. Just 2.5 months earlier, in October, Denny had won his 60th career NASCAR race in Las Vegas and dedicated that victory to his father, who was already battling a serious illness. During that October victory celebration, tears filled Denny's eyes as he talked about his dad. The story he told was about parents with no money who found a way to fund his racing dreams through a path he openly admitted he'd never recommend to anyone. Every credit card that showed up in the mail got maxed out. Second and third mortgages piled up on their house, and they came close to losing that house more than once. Everything they owned went up for sale just to keep Denny's racing career alive. Dennis Hamlin was the one who started it all, taking young Denny to his first track when he was 5 years old. When 7-year-old Denny climbed into a go-kart for the first time, his father recognized something special in that moment. Dennis later put it this way: his son wasn't scared of anything and could get on anything and just fly. Years down the road, Dennis told a reporter he wanted to reach the end of his life knowing he'd done everything possible to get Denny there, with no stone left unturned. Those sacrifices turned into something extraordinary. Denny built a career that includes 3 Daytona 500 victories and 60 total wins, which ties him for 10th on NASCAR's all-time wins list. He co-owns a racing team with Michael Jordan and carries an estimated net worth of $65 million. Dennis once described the moment when Denny pulled into their driveway, handed over keys to a new furnished house in Charlotte, and told his father point blank, "You're done working, you're retired. Mom works for me now." That 60th win in October carried extra weight because Denny knew what was coming. On live television after the race, he said, "I know for a fact this is my last chance for my dad to see it. I don't want him going and never getting to see the moment. I just want to say hi to my dad and just thank him for sacrificing really his and my mom's life to chase around my dreams." 3 days after the fire, on December 31st, Denny finally spoke publicly with a brief statement that read, "Thank you to everyone who has reached out with condolences on my father's passing. My mother continues to improve, and our family truly appreciates the outpouring of support and the respect for our privacy during this time." NASCAR issued their own statement acknowledging that Dennis Hamlin instilled a love of racing in his son and sacrificed greatly to develop Denny into a world-class talent in the sport. Investigators are still working to determine what caused the fire. For Denny Hamlin, a driver who's accomplished nearly everything in NASCAR except winning a championship, the loss arrived just weeks after he gave his father one final victory lap. The man who bet everything on his son's dream lived long enough to watch that dream become reality.